So what's going on today? Let's take a walk around and see what's getting worked on, what's getting done out here. So first thing today, we got this really nice 2014 Honda Accord EXL model going out the door. Some longtime friends of the family, their oldest son is about to start driving. Well, actually, I guess he is driving. This will be his car. This thing is very nicely equipped. Leather, sunroof, navigation. Got the cool little push button start. I tell you, I love these modern cars and their key fobs that just like stay in your pocket. This thing's also got the 3.5 V6. It's got some nice wheels on it. Got the dual exhaust. So pretty cool little car. That one's going out today. 62,000 mile Chevy S10. This was bought from the South Carolina State auction. Needs a little cleanup, but last week Dave went through it, took care of all the little maintenance issues it needed. We had a broken spark plug wire, had a vacuum hose that was cracked, and valve cover gasket had gotten dry and was leaking a little bit. So a few little things there, but this thing has 62,000 miles and it runs and drives fantastic. I've never driven an S10 that feels as solid as this. But then again, most of the S10s I've driven had 200,000 miles or so. So big difference. I accidentally bought this Honda Accord last week. So this thing is going to get photographed, listed today. A friend of mine needed an engine. This car was bought for less than the cost of all the used engines we were looking at. So it runs, it drives, goes through all the gears, has cold AC. Accident did not even damage the condenser of the radiator. Full of coolant, full of Freon. It's a little gross inside, needs a good cleaning. But someone could throw a fender, a headlight, a bumper on this car, get the alignment fixed, and a side view mirror. And it'd be ugly, but you'd have a car you could drive, so. Dave bought this car last week, another Honda Accord. So it is the same body style as the black one over there, but this one has a V6 and a 6-speed manual, which is pretty cool. Low miles too, like 130,000 miles on this car. There's your 3.5. It does have a power steering leak, and the alternator is bad. That's the two main issues with the car right now. But this is a clean title. It's got a nice Android Auto head unit in it with a backup camera. Got the 18s. So just give the man a couple of weeks and this thing's gonna be flying through the air like a streamlined butterfly. A few more cars we got on the lot right now. I need to get this Silverado washed and wiped down. This is another state vehicle. So the cool thing about these are they are one owner vehicles. This one belonged to the Department of State Fleet Maintenance, so we can only hope and assume that it's had great maintenance. This poor little truck that nobody wants right now. I gotta do a little work on this car. We got a track day coming up, and I've got to throw some brakes on it, swap the wheels and tires out, and fix some exhaust issues. The Camaro is going to that track day as well. I got to throw some new brake pads on there and install some gauges. I got a transmission cooler and an oil temp back up. I've got a transmission temp gauge and an oil temp gauge to go in. This car is going out of here. Look at this guy. I'm sure he's been climbing in my cars and pooping on them. This is my Thunderbird, and every time I pull the cover off, get inside it, there's poop on the seats and poop on the floors. I'm pretty sure it's that guy or one of his cousins. Anyways, my friend that needed the Honda K engine is going to buy this car from me. It's going to get picked up and taken to him today. Little 2012 Accord sedan, 153,000 miles. I don't know what somebody was doing with this car. This thing looks like a straight up just self-vandalism case to me. It was an insurance sale vehicle, and it's got a leaking heater hose. There's like a pipe that runs under the intake manifold that's got a crack in it. So I'm thinking they developed this leak. They tried to pour stop leak in the radiator, and then for whatever reason this car's been smashed. Big dent in the fender here, scrapes down the side, another scrape on the side. I don't think the scrapes are vandalism. But the back window's smashed out. This taillight is smashed. The trunk was like ripped open somehow, like they bent the body. Inside of the car is not terrible. They smashed the windshield. Let's see here. Put a big dent there. Looks like maybe they kicked it or something. They busted this window out for whatever reason. And that taillight's cracked but not totally destroyed. It also had all the wheels and tires removed from it. So these are some wheels that I got from Dave for it. And they tried to cut the catalytic converter out, but they only succeeded in just cutting the pipe, so it's very loud. But 150,000 mile, I forgot to lock the door. 150,000 mile car. It'll be a good donor engine for my buddy Kyle in his Kia. So, and then I started pulling the truck and trailer out. My friend Sky is going to be towing a scrap car to the scrap yard. He doesn't have a truck and trailer, so I'm going to let him borrow Bandit. I don't normally name my vehicles, but my last F-250 was named Big Blue. And this truck needed a name, especially at one time we had multiple F-250s out here. So it was annoying saying the white F-250 or my F-250. So his name is Bandit because I'm always eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. I picked this up last week. This is a 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I've been after a vehicle with the 5.7. Dave had a customer with one, and I like these Grand Cherokees. They're not the best vehicle in the world, but then again, not everything can be a 93 Ford Escort, so see how she sounds today. I just put a new battery in this thing. Oh yeah, she's good. It does smell in here, but there was literally a dead animal shoved in between the door there. Like he was in there and someone like slammed the door on him. So I gotta clean this thing out. Whoa. There she is. We got us a 5.7. Probably just going to clean this thing real good and sell it, but man, probably wants to throw some headers on it, throw a cam in there, throw a spicy tune, delete some exhaust, see if we can't make like 400 horsepower out of this thing. Oh, tire pressure's low. Gotta check that. But this would be a good little vehicle for somebody. AC blows cold, goes through all the gears. So we gotta give it a good once over and get it cleaned up. And then I got some more parts in for Brittany's Jeep. I've been doing an LS swap on it. It does yard drive. Just today I got in some more parts that came in. This is a fitting to go on the back of the fuel pump to connect to the fuel line from the tank. And then I've got two adapters here. These adapters are going to let me install the Where's those sending units at? They're floating around here somewhere. It'll be oil pressure and coolant temp. Those are the adapters, so I can use the factory 89 Jeep sending units, and that'll let them thread into the much more modern, not that much more modern, Chevy LS engine. So that way we are keeping all of her factory gauges, and then the last piece of the gauge puzzle is a company called Speed Hut makes an adapter so that you can take the digital signal from the vehicle speed sensor that Chevy has in the transmission, and it basically takes that signal, runs it through a little computer, outputs it to an electric motor, and then you can connect your speedometer cable to that electric motor, so that way your digital signal can spin the actual mechanical cable, and with that we'll have all of her factory gauges, because I'm not a big fan of people that do these engine swaps and then put the little Holly iPad looking thing in there. A lot of guys go to Dakota Digital, which is fine. I don't have that kind of money. I race a Ford Escort, for crying out loud. You think I got Dakota Digital money? Come on, son. But yeah, that's what's going on today.
It's cams, so it's supposed to be 100 horsepower over stock.
What's stock?
What are these stock? Like 390?
I think they're 375.
So somewhere 440s probably, 450s, like without the tune in it.
This is a Dodge Challenger. This is an ASAP Auto customer vehicle. We got Dave here and Sky.
Hi.
Dave did all the work on this car, and he brought it over here today. There's a couple of odds and ends I have in the shop that Dave doesn't have at his shop, so mostly Freon and the AC equipment to service the system. But this car got a cam, got an engine rebuild, got some exhaust work done. Sounds really mean. Apparently it's pretty quick. I haven't driven it yet though, but I do appreciate that he has a pool ball shift knob just like my race car. Loading up a scrap Mustang SN95. If you ever want to know how low it sits with no springs in the front, that's how low. Dirt nasty low.
Can't have bumps here if you don't have suspension. From the parts car, because I realized I deleted the OBD2 port. So I tightened up the wire originally. Got an OBD2 port now.
That's funny. Sounds like a race car now.
Yeah. Oh, these are the lid cells.
Okay.
And I found wheels at Harbor Freight that bolted up to it. And so you just go around the four corners, you jack it up as the tiniest bit you can. I slide a piece of paper under to make sure it's not on. And then you get weight. And you can either adjust by like, it's about 2 to 3% over, or you can shim all the other wheels so that it's actually even when you jack it up.
Wow.
It's just the reading.
And what's the total cost of this setup?
Like 160 bucks.
We're out here at the scrap metal place and we don't know where to go. The lady made it sound like as soon as we drove through the signs and turned left, we'd see where they were unloading cars. But all we see is big piles of different kinds of scrap and no cars. So this guy's out here talking with the employees, trying to figure out where we're supposed to go right now. Bye, little Mustang. Have fun in the crusher.
Picture, Mom.
Look at this little guy. No, Patty's fine. She can be in the video. Look at this little thing. I love these old handles. Missing a few things, but all in all, I'll tell you what, it's got a smell that you can't describe, but if you've ever been inside an ancient vehicle like this, you know what it smells like in here. It's got a hook for the seatbelt when you're not using it. And this is funny. Here's one of your gauges, here's your second gauge. You don't get a third gauge. Look at the lever for your heat and defrost. your radio, your shifter, the hole in the floor, the other hole in the floor. It's last inspected March of '96. What a cool little guy.
There's no keys in a bunch of these cars. I wonder if they changed their policy.
Could be. Super clean little Civic coupe. Might be bidding on this guy tomorrow. Others first, Cars Helping Veterans.
Yeah.
Mothers and Daughters Towing from Lancaster. Slingshot Transport LD, Fredericktown. This is an '84 Lincoln Mark V22. It's a Lincoln Mark V11.
7.
Pop, why did you get rid of your car?
Who's got wax on it here?
This thing got some old Michelin X radials on it. Got the original wire wheel covers. I love this little sticker. Get it together. Ooh, listen to the door.
It's even got 3-digit date codes on these tires.
Yeah. Some greasy handprints on the door panel, but look at this interior. This thing even smells good in here. This thing is sweet. Got your crosshair so you can aim for the pedestrians. I mean,
It's not a Mustang.
could be.
Got a Mustang engine.
Yeah. Look at this thing. That's a 5.0. What a cool little car. Oh, there's your problem. It's got to never start.
Ain't got no gas in it.
Yeah, probably.
R12.
Man, this thing is so pristine. I mean, for what we usually see out here. When's the last time you saw a car from 1984 had this much shine still on the roof? This thing's pretty sweet. You see some creative things when you look at enough cars. Like this Toyota that's running custom fenders made out of license plates to fit, believe it or not, mid-90s Dodge Ram headlights and corner markers. I guess they couldn't find Toyota Tacoma headlights and corner markers. Who knows? Man, look at this thing. It's a Mercedes 1991 560 SEL. It's got some flaws. Got some paint issues. Maybe it was touched up at some point poorly. Maybe they were trying to repair like the oxidization. 178,000 miles. Seats aren't the best, but somebody cared about it. Got a set of Michelin Defenders. This thing's pretty cool too. Just one of those kind of cars you don't see anymore. Well, my friend Kyle has bought this car. This is a 2012, 153,000 mile, kind of like a vandalism type thing. Not quite sure, but about to load this thing up on the trailer for him. But listen to how rowdy this thing is. This is pretty cool. Because of the way that this yard is kind of cut out here, I can use these oil change ramps instead of getting my big heavy ramps out. That's pretty nice. All right, let's get this one's good. And that one's not so good. I always drift to the right. I don't know how I always do that. All right, I'm gonna pay attention here real quick. There we go, on the trailer, ready to go to its next home.